Hello, everybody. This is going to be a little bit of a two-part video. First, I'm going to do a brief overview of Template, Corjl, and Canva so that you can see what the platforms look like, what the features are, the prices, and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to give you kind of some of the pros and cons and my own opinion about each of these and things that just stand out to me as important to consider. Let's jump in with our very first software overview, and that is going to be Template. But first,
Hi, I'm Jess. I've built multiple 6 and 7 figure Etsy stores in various niches, getting sales like these, and learning the ins and outs of Etsy, Amazon, and more. A wild and crazy event led me to start a totally new life traveling abroad, giving me the unique opportunity to step back, work a lot less, and start sharing all of my Etsy insights with you. So hit that subscribe button, grab a pen and paper, and let's jump in.
So we are going to go straight to Template's website. It does say that you can get started for as little as $9 a month. And it tells you on their main page some of their benefits, some of their features, and then it does tell you that you can sync directly to Etsy. You can connect multiple Etsy shops, and it says that you can get started for as little as 29 cents per transaction. That's a little bit misleading because that is for one of their bigger plans. So let's start out by getting signed up to use Template. So the first thing you're going to want to do here is put in your email address, and it is going to confirm that you are not a customer, that you are actually signing up as a seller. Once you enter your email address, you then need to go into your email and confirm your email address, which will take you back to Template, and you can enter in all the other information for the sign up process, like your username, your full name, your password of choice, and then confirm your account. Now this is going to let you access your design dashboard. So you can click design here and it takes you actually to the pricing page. So here's where you can choose which subscription plan you have. There's $9 a month for 79 cents per transaction, $29 a month for 49 cents per transaction, or $99 a month for that 29 cents transaction. Once you choose the plan you want, you need to enter all of your billing information for your credit card. I'm going to skip that. I think we've all bought things online enough and know how that works. Going into the dashboard here, you can create a new template, and they have all these different layouts to choose from. And when you create, you get to choose a category. And what that does is it opens up these various templates that you can choose from. I'm just going to pick one at random so that we can explore how the dashboard works. And it pulls up the design here. Now you can actually click any of these elements and you can change things like the font, the color of the text, size of the text, and things like that. You can delete elements if you don't like them. And on the left side here, we have our elements that we can add. So we can add elements, and they do have a pretty decent selection of elements to scroll through. The biggest downside to this is that there's not a lot of organization to these elements. And when you search them, if you don't know the name that these elements were listed under, nothing really comes up. They also have photos. And it took me a little while to figure out how the photos work. At first, it just popped the photo over the whole thing. But if you go here and size it with the scaling feature, it lets you adjust the size of the photo, and you can put it wherever you want. There are some settings for the template as well, so you can give it tags, you can change the sizing, you can change the layout and how you want that to be structured, the orientation and all that good stuff. And we can also upload our own elements. So I'm just going to pick an element that I already have from a recent video here and upload that to my template dashboard. You can give it tags so you can find it easier later. And once you upload it, you can just click it to add it to your design and then scale it, size it how you want it to be. Super easy, pretty intuitive. I feel like Template's dashboard isn't quite as easy as Canva, but it's not overly complicated. So you can make some adjustments here. They have various different tools. You can adjust colors of things. You can, flip them around and all of that good stuff. And they do also have some SVGs that are separate from their elements category. And SVGs are things that will typically have a clear background behind them. Not always, but most of the time. And you can add those as well. But I think the most important feature is going to be uploading your own elements if you don't like the ones that they have to choose from. They do also have a shop where you can buy elements that do cost extra money. And then, of course, they have their dashboard, which keeps track of your sales, some of your stats, and things like that. Now, since I didn't save that, I'm going to just quickly go through the process of making a new template and actually saving it here. So that we can see it pop up in my dashboard. So now we have a listing ID for my saved template. So this is very, very important because this is what we are going to actually list in our Etsy store. To do that, we need to integrate an Etsy shop, and you just follow this process here to connect it directly to Etsy. Once you have your shop synced in template, let's take a look at the actual process of adding this listing to Etsy. It's pretty simple. It did actually take me a little bit of Googling and searching through the template help files to figure out how to do this, but it is actually a pretty simple process once you know what to do. So you need this listing ID, and that's going to be what is added to your Etsy listing. And you can go ahead and go over to Etsy and either create a new listing or open up the listing you already have created. Enter all of your listing details like your title, who made this, and make sure you mark that it's a digital file, and then add your product description. Somewhere in your product description, whether it's at the end or in the middle somewhere, it doesn't matter, but you need to add this specific template ID. And it's going to look like this. When you add that template ID, that is going to be what tells Template this is the product that is selling, and then trigger that sale through Template's dashboard and give that customer access to this template or this digital file. So going to Template and looking at the ID, I'm pasting that in here. And then you can finish putting in the rest of your stuff and upload a quick thank you for your order PDF here that explains how to use template if you want. Make it simple. It doesn't really matter. You just want to add some sort of file here that they will get when they make this purchase. And basically what I did was just go over to Canva and make a quick little thank you message thanking them for their order. If you want, you can put some simple steps of how to access their template file, check your email for your template file, blah, blah, whatever. Download your thank you design to your computer, and then upload that file to your Etsy listing as the digital file for this product. Now, once you're done with that, that's it. Template will do the rest for you. Anytime you get an order for this item, Template is going to automatically send that buyer an email with access to their template that they can edit and that they can use however they see fit. It does help for you to save a couple of automatic messages that you can send out when people have questions. And as you go through the selling process, you'll see what questions people have over and over, but you might have to help your customers understand how to use template at the beginning if they're new to template's features. But that's it. It's pretty simple, it's pretty automated, and it's a pretty useful platform. And of course, you gain that free demo ability where your customers can actually get a demo link and go into template and use that demo and then get more attached to that item. So that's a pretty powerful feature that a lot of people use template for. And that really does make it worth the value, worth the monthly cost of template because of the way those demo features really do boost your sales conversions. That's it. Let's go to the next software. Okay, so next, let's take a look at Corjl. Corjl was an interesting software, and I kind of wish I had looked at this one before Template because I think I just found Template to be a little bit more intuitive than this one. But essentially, what you need to do is do the sign up process. So you come into Corjl and it's going to ask you, do you want to edit a purchased item or become a seller? And from this part of their website, I love their website. It's super cute. I was super excited about this. The next step here is to sign up for Corjl, and it gives you a 15-day free trial. The pricing is based on whether you want annual or monthly payments. Of course, as like with everything else, you're going to pay less if you pay for a year up front. And it's a little bit more expensive if you just pay monthly. Now, some things I do think are helpful to pay for a year in advance, but I always start out with monthly first. So I will always try things out for a month or 2 or 3. And if I'm really liking it, then I will go ahead and sign up for annually. And you will still usually get a pretty good sale. But I don't like to be roped into paying for something for a whole year and then turn out to not like it. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to close this little coupon pop-up. Their lowest tier here is $10 a month and 65 cents per listing sold. You get unlimited designs, and they actually tell you that if your Etsy store sells 1 to 50 items a month, this is a good plan for you. It lets you sync with Etsy, Shopify, and or WooCommerce. Their second tiered plan, if you sell 50 to 200 monthly items, is $20 a month and 45 listings sold. But if you sell more than 200 items, it's $50 a month and 30 cents per listing sold. Now, even though this $20 and this $50 sound a little bit expensive, where you're actually going to be saving money is on the transactions. Once you choose the plan that you want to sign up for, you can start your free trial. I actually already started my free trial, but this is what that looks like when you pick a plan. So you have to put in a username, email address, password. You choose your plan here. You can choose premium features. So for $10 a month, you can actually sync this up with Creative Fabrica fonts package. To me, that's not worth it. To me, that's really, really expensive. I actually have Creative Fabrica. I have like a partnership with them, so you can actually just get for $9 a month after you, first of all, you get a free trial. Second of all, if you keep the free trial, it's either 1 month or 10 downloads, your subscription price is only $9 a month, or you can pay yearly if you like it for $5 a month. And it gives you everything. It gives you fonts, it gives you graphics, it gives you patterns, it gives you all kinds of stuff. And I talk about this whole Creative Fabrica platform a lot more in my must-have Etsy tools video, so I'm not going to go into it. But this is $9 a month, or you can pay $9.99 a month to get their fonts package. So it seems silly to me to pay $1 more and only get their fonts package versus just signing up for the whole thing itself for a little bit cheaper and getting all of their features for free or included in that package. So I love Creative Fabrica. I think they're amazing. I think they're actually really, really handy and really, really helpful for designers. I would not sign up for this premium feature right here. That's just not worth it. So that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Next, you can sync up to Etsy immediately or connect your shop later, and then you enter your payment information, agree to the terms, and register. I have already done all of this, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in to my dashboard. And the first thing I'm going to see is if I want to create a new design, open a design, view my listings, or view my orders. It gives me some options here at the top. And I'm going to choose create a design. So we have a few options here between digital designs or physical designs. And just for time's sake, I'm going to choose the sample. And it opens up this cute little birthday invitation. Now they only have this one sample. There is no other sample designs and there is no templates like Templett has. And I said I was going to give you pros and cons at the end of this video, but honestly, some of them are going to probably come out now while I'm playing around with Corjl because they just strike me as really odd. When looking at their elements, they do have some elements. It's a little clunky to work through and it wasn't very intuitive. Quite frankly, their elements left a lot to be desired. There's not a lot of elements on here. They did impress me with their font selection. They have a great selection of fonts, and you can see all of these Creative Fabrica fonts that are here. You can unlock those for $10, but like I said before, you could just sign up for Creative Fabrica separately and have access to everything anyways, so that's silly. It's not too complicated to make edits to the templates using Corjl, but when I was looking at it, it wasn't as easy as some of the other platforms like Canva. And honestly, I didn't think that Templett was super user-friendly either. I definitely did not think Corjl was user-friendly. I thought Corjl was less user-friendly than Templett. So let's go back and let's look at making a brand new design. You can enter your design name and add any tags you want to add. And then you choose what exactly you want to design. You get a little layout to start with. You get a size to start with. And once you choose all of your options, you click save and it begins your template. Now, here's where things got a little bit tricky. They don't have a lot of elements preloaded. You can see all of the elements from the sample template already in my images because I already played around with that example, so that kind of added it to my gallery. But now as I scroll through all of the different images that they have, you can see that it's really not a whole lot. If you search directly for what you're looking for, you really do start to see how limited they actually are. This is everything they had for birthday graphics. So essentially what you need to do is have a separate design service with all of these elements, whether it's Canva, whether it's Creative Fabrica, whatever it may be. You're going to have your graphics from one source. You're going to import and pull those graphics into Corjl. You're going to design it all and lay it all out into a nice little template for your customers and put that together essentially from scratch. So if you want this to be really editable, you're going to need to upload every element of your template from scratch individually. Hopefully that makes sense. You do have some options here on how you want them to be able to save it or print it. Okay, so now I'm going to take a peek at what the physical products look like. I'm going to look at an example first. And it's pretty basic. It's, again, not super impressive. I liked that Template gave us a bunch of actual designs to get started with and really simplify the process. And comparing Corjl versus Template, I'm actually surprised at how often I see Corjl pop up on Etsy sellers listings now that I've actually played around with this. So you can change the shirt color a little bit. And of course, you can change the element colors, the fonts, things like that as well. It's pretty simple. It's just a few clicks, and it wouldn't be hard for a customer to do this when they buy this as well. Going into creating a physical product from scratch is a little bit more complicated. You have to put in a design name. You can set an item image. Now that is going to be your base layer. So whether it's a t-shirt or, a flat lay image, a mock-up image of some sort, that's where you would set your image. And then you put the pixels or the units that you want. You need to put the width and the height. And it actually took me a minute to figure out that you needed to put the width and the height in here. I don't know why. I don't know if I was just super tired or what, but it did take me a minute. Once you put the height in there, you can go ahead and open your template, and it basically just looks like this, just a blank slate. And you can design it however you want to design it. And because I didn't add a base image in there, I don't have one, but Corjl does give us those couple of basic t-shirts that we can add. So scrolling through their image gallery a little bit more in depth here, you can kind of see some of the things that they have to offer. And these are not overly complicated graphics. These are pretty basic, simple graphics. I feel like these are graphics that have been designed in 2009, or they could be used to make wall decals or car decals or things like that. They're very, very simple, a lot of silhouette, a lot of single color, some two color, but not a whole lot. So I wanted to go back and open that sample birthday card up again and really kind of play around with the elements and see how intuitive it is for a customer to come in here and change these things. And it's really not complicated, but it's also, in my opinion, not simple either. So if a customer, for example, is really used to using a platform like Canva to make things with, or if they have never used any of these programs at all, it could be easy to get lost in these features here. They're really basically designed, they're really basically added in here. It's very straightforward, but it's also a little bit technical. But it really doesn't take a lot of effort to figure it out. I am a little bit partial to ease and simplicity and things like that. So honestly, Corjl would not get my money. If I was signing up for a service like this, Corjl would not be on my list. And there's some other features that we'll go over in a minute that will explain that, make that a little bit more obvious. And I feel like I'm being really mean. I'm being really negative about Corjl, and it is really popular among sellers. I'm not sure why, quite frankly. So playing around with this design and just kind of adding things in here and testing it out, it's fine. It works. It does its job, but it's not overly impressive. Like I said before, you can upload all your own images here. It's just like most other platforms that let you just choose an image and upload it. And to create your own designs, you're going to need to know what elements you want on the designs, and you're going to need to upload them with this process. Once you do that, it will be added to your gallery, and you can just drag it over to your template. I'm just picking a meme, one of my little Bitmoji guys, because it was right there open in my computer. But it's not hard to upload, and it's not hard to add it and adjust it and all of those good things. It's just time consuming to essentially have to design this product twice because you're going to need to know all the elements you want to add to your design, and then you're going to need to have them saved to your computer and then uploaded into this. So that did seem really cumbersome to me. Now you can go ahead and see all of your open designs, and you can open them from your dashboard. And here's where I really kind of lost my patience with Corjl. So you can create a listing in Corjl for your design and for your product. However, unlike Templett, it will not sync that listing to Etsy at all. You still have to go into Etsy and you have to create that template, or you have to create that listing for that product from scratch. Then you come back into Corjl and add that Etsy listing ID so that Corjl will recognize when that product sells and automate your orders that way. So it's a little bit more clunky. The automation, I feel like it isn't as seamless, and there's easier ways to do this with some of the other options like Template or even easier Canva. Now, Corjl does offer that free demo version, which I love. I love being able to give your customers a demo. Template offers that demo as well. So take with that what you will, whether you prefer Template or Corjl based on what you're seeing here. I know I'm not giving Corjl a glowing review, and I'm sorry. I wanted to love it. I really did. But I feel like maybe it's just too new, or they just haven't grown enough yet to have some of the features that you really want to see from a software like this, and some of the features that Template, in fact, already has. It really didn't take me long to put together this overview of Corjl, mostly because I got kind of frustrated with it, to be frank, and I'm a pretty patient person. I don't get frustrated easily. I guess I have 5 kids, right? So, like, I have 5 kids, I have a St. Bernard, I have a husband. We've been together 20 something years. I have some patience at this point, so it was a little bit frustrating to use Corjl, and to me, that says a lot. So, one thing that I do like, the last parting to leave on a good note with this software here, they do have some good tutorials to kind of figure things out. But what I really liked about them is that they had on their settings, on their account settings, you can actually set a seller protection setting to put a watermark over your products. And then on your listing and design settings, you can actually enable printing via Prints of Love. So that's really handy because it allows your customer to have a quick and easy printing option. They do get a little bit of a discount from Prints of Love. I did not see anything in here about affiliate commissions to you. Template said quite clearly that you get a little bit of a commission when your customers use Prints of Love. Nothing like that was shown to me while using Corjl. I did not see anything like that. It's not on this screen, and this screen actually was the only one I even saw that talks about enabling printing via Prints of Love. So their software really is kind of basic, it's kind of clunky, and it leaves a lot to be desired. But I did like that you can make things a little bit easier for your customer with that printing service. Okay, enough about Corjl. Let's get to my favorite, my love obsession, Canva. I love Canva. Love me some Canva. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do in Canva to really show you the comparison, give you a good compare contrast of this situation, is to open Canva and make a blank 5x7 invitation template design, right? Now you can see here that we have all these scratch templates for invitations. You can search the templates and find something that's more specific, but they give you a lot of beautiful options right off the bat. kind of like Templett, only more. And I love that. They really do make it easy for you to start with a simple designs to jump off of as a good starting point, I guess. I really do need more coffee. Anywho, as is everything with Canva, it is super simple to click and edit things. You can edit the text, you can edit the fonts. You can actually upload your own fonts to Canva if you have a paid program. I'm not sure if you can do that if you're on the free program or not, but you can do it if you're on the paid one for sure. I'll have to Google that actually. You can use all of their other design features. And of course, when you're designing things on Canva, make sure to use the free elements. You don't want to use paid elements, because then when your customer goes and buys this and opens this template up, they won't be able to access this element. But you can see they have a ton of different elements to choose from. There's endless options for, baby shower or birthday party or whatever. You just type in what you want and you scroll through all their different options and you make things look however you want them to look. Easy peasy. Once you're done with that, you just come over to down the share button and click this template link button right here. And that's going to give you the link to your template. You take this template link, put it in a PDF, and that PDF is going to be the file you add to your Etsy listing. When they open that PDF and they click on the file, this is what they will see. And then they can just sign into Canva for free if they don't already have Canva, and they come right here into the Canva dashboard. And it's super easy to edit and super easy for them to change everything. So you really don't need to pay for a premium Canva service to use any of these features. And of course, I've already said you don't want to be using pro elements in your designs anyways, so you can get by with just the free version of Canva and really launch a successfully selling Etsy store without having the overhead costs of these other platforms like Templett or Corjl. So that brings me more to the official pros and cons section of this video. Because Canva is free, that is a huge pro. You're not cutting into your profits with any sort of design program overhead costs. I also want to give another point to Canva because it's easy to use. They have put so much effort into making their platform eye-catching and aesthetically pleasing and really user-friendly. So I love that. I felt like both Templett and Corjl, especially Corjl, were really clunky and really not intuitive. And that really made it a little bit more time consuming to create your designs. Especially, I was disappointed in Corjl. Really did not have. If you need any sort of design elements that are worth having, you're going to need a third-party service. You're going to need to get elements from Canva, or you're going to need to get elements from Creative Fabrica, something like that. And if you choose Creative Fabrica, that doubles your overhead costs, right? Because then you're paying $10 for Corjl and $10 for Creative Fabrica. And Creative Fabrica is awesome, but $20 a month to have editable templates is a lot. So since the only really redeeming quality of Corjl is that demo option, I cannot justify signing up for Corjl. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you better news. But Templett just offers better features if you're looking between the two services and you love that demo feature. If you really want to keep that demo feature, it's worth it. It is proven to increase your sales. I talk a lot about this in other videos, and in my buyer psychology video, I talk a lot about it as well. I'll put that card at the top also in case it's been a while since you've seen that, because it's super, super packed with info. But I would choose Templett hands down between these softwares. And if there's another software that you've heard of, please let me know. I would be glad to check that out in another video for you guys. These were the two front runners. These are the two that when I'm reviewing stores, I see these two over and over and over. So these are the two I really wanted to check out. Okay, let's say you're a brand new Etsy seller and you're trying to do things as cost effectively as possible, or you just don't really think that template is worth the $10 a month plus selling fees and whatever else. There's an alternative to that demo feature that you can do for free with Canva. And it's not as big of a sales driver as having that demo feature because the buyer doesn't get to interactively play with the design. And it is playing around with a design that really does help buyers get attached to it. But this little workaround does help boost conversions, and it does, it's like the baby of the demo. So it's like, it doesn't pack quite as big of a punch. So if it's 4th of July, for example, as an analogy, those big fireworks to blow off, like the neighborhood always has those competitions, and some neighbors have really big fireworks. And you're always awed and amazed at these gigantic fireworks, and you're scared someone's going to burn down a tree or hit somebody's roof or who knows what, but it's impressive, right? And you're thinking, okay, next year, me and the fireworks stand, we're going to do some damage. Well, reality eventually sets in for a lot of us. I don't know. Depends on whose house you are. But for our house with 5 kids, we go with the baby fireworks, right? They're a little more colorful. There's still some ooh and ah. They're not quite as impressive as those big, fancy fireworks that the neighbor up the street with the nice barbecue has, right? But it still packs a punch, and it still entertains the kids. This is like the baby firework version of demos, and that was a long analogy. I don't know what's with me today. Anyways, I'm in a good mood, I guess. My lack of caffeine has made me loopy. Anyways, back to the point. What you're going to want to do is create your design in Canva and then open up a free screen recorder. I recommend PowerSoft. It's free, it's relatively reliable, and you don't need to download any sort of software to use it. So you go to PowerSoft, you start a free screen recording, and then you go into your Canva template design. Make a few changes in your design. Change the colors, change the wording, maybe change the fonts a little bit, whatever you want to do. Make it look really quick and easy to change and edit the template. Then go back to PowerSoft and save your video. Save it to your computer, give it a name. Load that video up in Canva and speed it up. You can edit it to chop out any clunky parts where you weren't sure what you were doing. Speed it up and then download it as a MP4 video and add it to your Etsy listing as a quick demo video. Super easy, and it's free. Another thing that caught my attention that I loved about Canva, which I think is one of their newer features, I feel like Canva should be paying me for these videos at this point. I do have an affiliate link down below, but I don't make money on that unless you sign up for a pro feature. I feel like I should charge them for advertising at this point because I'm just bragging on Canva. Anyways, Canva offers their own printing option now. They make it super easy for customers to place an order right there in their platform. You don't have to go to any other service, any other software, nothing. It is right there. And like I said before, I am a sucker for making things simple for your buyer. It really does pay off. It really does boost your sales to simplify. So Canva wins another vote in my book just for that, because the simplicity of everything. I'm obviously biased. I'm obviously obsessed with Canva. But if you are getting a decent amount of sales and you feel that $10 a month is a fair price, then Template is definitely worth the money to capture that free demo ability. Those are my thoughts on the different popular platforms. Please comment below if there's other platforms you want me to look into, or if there's a feature of these that you think I missed that you want to check out. Give me your thoughts and also any other ideas that may pop into your head. Please comment below. In the meantime, I'm going to prompt you guys to watch this early video. It has one of the funnest digital product ideas that I have seen, and they have just pulled it off in such a captivating way that it is attracting sale after sale after sale. So go check that out. It is worth a watch.